live from Studio 6B on a Thursday night. Last night of the week for us. We're off tomorrow. Big coverage of the Trump rally tomorrow, starting, I believe, at 6 o'clock, going all the way through. Well, could be 11, midnight, whatever it's going to be, but the team's going to have coverage for you, so we're going to be off tomorrow. So this is our last day of the week there, boys. Slick, how are you?
I'm doing good, Big D.
Looking good in that red. I like that. What month is that?
This would be February, of course.
Oh, February.
Come on, man.
All right.
It's all about the love.
You know, Slick, I mean, I've said this before. It's like almost September.
I know.
What are we doing?
Calendar, we got to talk.
Okay, we got to talk about the 2025.
I got a new photographer for you.
Okay, very good.
A little more reasonable.
That would be good. Only half a mortgage. All right, good. Delgado's here. How are you?
I am good. Happy 8-8, everyone who knows what I'm talking about.
Happy what?
Winky, winky. 8-8.
Happy 8-8?
It's the 8th day of the 8th
Michael
month.
Irvin Day?
No.
Yeah,
It's 8.
88 Club, baby. See you
If you're a Bongino follower, you know what he's talking about.
Well, why don't you enlighten the rest of us?
It's about this guy, Frank Fugazi, this former FBI
Hey, Fugazi.
Fugazi.
This is Fugazi.
who claimed because Trump said something about running the flags at half on 8/8 that he was sending a signal to the
Q?
to the Hitler right, because 8 is the 8th letter of the alphabet, so 8/8 is supposed to be for Heil Hitler.
Okay.
Bet you didn't know that.
No, thankfully I did not. You've already lost me.
Yeah.
Frank Fugazi.
You know what else?
The whole thing sounds Fugazi if you want to know what I think.
Yeah.
You know what else I found out today?
Well, what's that, Rick?
Can't imagine.
My mom.
You're a Bon Iver fan?
No, but I hear he's opening for Trump tomorrow. My mom wants to go see Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, what the hell is that?
Is that a movie?
Oh my God!
My
mom knows what the biggest movie in the world is, and you don't.
Well, it's not the biggest. It's definitely not the biggest movie.
It is the biggest movie in the world.
Yeah, but I mean, no, if you're like 14 and under, and it's like someone you'd hold on your shoulders at a Bon Jovi concert.
It's an R-rated movie, and it scored $200 million in the opening weekend. Another $100 million last weekend.
Well, Tom Cruise Mission Impossible would have doubled that probably. So
probably
ain't that big.
Easily.
But I'm just saying, right now.
Slick, are you going to go see Wolverine in Michigan?
No, my mom doesn't want to go with him.
That's 2.5 hours I'll never get back in my life. No.
Dude, you don't even know what that is.
See the guy go, look at this. Oh, out of my hand.
Wow. Holy.
Slick is still watching the original Popeye cartoon.
I'd rather go to a Bon Iver concert. Kevin Downey Jr. is here, coming off of his, what I'm deeming the line of the year yesterday, speaking of Bon Iver. But I woke up, I told Mr. Downey Jr., I woke up this morning. My wife goes to the gym every morning early because she's crazy. Even in the summer when she's not teaching. And she comes home and she hears me up. She says, she came home and I'm laughing hysterically upstairs, still in bed. She comes upstairs, she goes, what's wrong with you? What are you watching? I'm like, I'm watching Us from last night. And I watched the first segment of the show last night 2 times this morning, back to back, before I posted it on social media. And I was just screaming, laughing. Just screaming, laughing as if I wasn't there. Like I didn't know what was coming. You ever do that? Every night. It's just so funny. I mean, it was just so funny. I couldn't stand it. So how are you?
Good, thank you. I'm wearing my anti-communist T-shirt. That means I'm here to have fun.
Okay, very good. Okay, very good. Mr. Downey Jr. will have some news. Of course, how was your show this morning?
Oh, great, thanks. A lot of calls. We take calls and text messages from fellow anti-communists around the country, and it was good. It's one of those shows that flies by. You're like, oh, we're done already?
Man, it's like every night here. I can't believe it. I look up, and it's the last segment. So, lots to talk about. I want to thank about 2,000 of you who joined me this afternoon in streaming President Trump's press conference, which I did on our socials. And a couple thousand of you joined, and it was a lot of fun. It's always fun. And I always say I'm going to do more of it, and then, of course, I don't. And I need to, because it is fun. And the comments are great. People are engaged. And I thought the president was good.
Yeah.
I mean, for many reasons. Number one, he was there. Speaking of engaged, 75 minutes standing there, taking questions, unscripted, not pre-produced, not pre-planned, not pre-picked out, no note cards with people's names and pictures on it, no questions and answers on the little note cards that he's holding. Nothing, at least that I could see. Came out, gave a good kind of summation of where we are as a country, which is not good, and then started banging out questions and did that for like 50 minutes.
Yeah, something not Joe Biden or now his new anointed Kamala Harris
yes,
can do or
Correct.
will do. They won't even attempt it.
Right. Both of those is what's important. Not will and can't, because they can't defend their record. Even under meatball, softball questions from the media that most of them are. And the media, I said this in the stream, the media is so predictable with the questions today. I mean, give me a break. How's your ear? He says, well, yeah, I'm a fast healer. She's like, oh, and what she wants to say is,
right.
Well, we don't think that you really got hit by a bullet. Mm-hmm. That's what we don't think you got hit by a bullet. So I'm going to try to get to this the nicest. That's what she wants to say. She doesn't give a damn about his ear or his health or anything else. And they're just such slime balls, all of them, these questions. Why? You haven't been campaigning in a week. And, of course, he rightly just looks off and goes, I mean, just what an idiotic question. But the ear thing was just a disgrace because it was so obvious what she was going for and what she really wanted to say.
But she didn't have the guts to say it. If you're gonna ask that type of question, just go right to it.
Right. Just have some you-know-whats and just ask it if you want to be a jerk.
Have the courage of your conviction.
Did you really get hit by a bullet, sir? Because your ear seems to have improved so quickly. How's your ear? Is it fully recovered? He says, yeah, I'm a fast healer. No scar? I mean, come on.
Not with the level of plastic surgery that's available these days. I'm sure he was like, no, this has got to look natural. So
I mean, they're just so I mean.
But they applaud a woman who'll walk out of a hospital 12 hours after giving birth to twins and be like, oh my God, she looks great as she walks out of the hospital. A week later, he takes a bandage off and he's mostly kind of healed. And they're like, oh, we don't even think you got hit.
The questioning whether he got shot, but round of applause for Pete Buttigieg and his husband taking a picture here in a hospital with the baby they bought. We got some kids, and we're going to sit here in a hospital. We got a blanket, as though one of us actually gave birth. But yeah, I thought, you know what? One of the things I love about Trump is there was some hostility there, but he handled it like a boss. He was great, and like you said, no script or anything. Taking the questions, not afraid, and I think they're afraid of him. I think they're like, all right, the bullet didn't work. Now what do we got?
Yeah.
And now it's ballot boxes.
Yeah, and we talked about this post. We listened to a little on the stream. We listened to a little of the post press conference blabber on some of it on CNN and other places we were bouncing around listening to. And this girl on CNN says, well, you can see how scared he is.
I'm scared.
And I'm thinking, how scared he is? What?
The
hell are you talking about?
The guy took a bullet.
Yeah.
I'm sure 50 minutes of questions really isn't
from you
scary.
losers doesn't scare him. Well, but that's the way they're going to frame this. That he came out and did this. People were like, well, why is he calling this? And my thing was, well, why not call it?
Yeah.
Why not make the case? The best thing that came out of today, besides the president's performance, which I thought was fine, was the 3 debates, which she's not going to do, by the way, and that's probably smart on her end because you want her to get into as many unscripted situations as you can, but she's going to commit to at least the one on NBC on the 10th, she said today. The other 2, she's probably not going to commit to, the one on Fox and the one on ABC. Or maybe it's ABC on I don't know, who cares? One of the communist networks is going to be on the 10th, and she's going to agree to do that because she's probably already been talking to the moderators, if I had to guess, or whatever the deal is. But I think the president should do more of what he did today. Call these, because once he's agreed to do these debates, my understanding of this is once you agree to do the debates, if you do these kind of press conferences, the networks that want you for the debate have to cover it.
Right.
So like MSNBC today had to cover it because he's doing an NBC debate. So why not do these?
Yeah, which is a brilliant move when you think about it. By calling a press conference, they have to cover it now. He's the candidate for the other side, for the Republicans, as far as they're concerned. And if they don't cover it, their rival network, CNN's going to cover it, and their people are going to go over there. So they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. Plus, it's Trump. Trump draws. He gets eyeballs and ear holes. People want to see him. People want to hear him. Even the ones that don't like him. It's like that old Howard Stern thing. The people that love him listen an hour and a half. The people that hate him listen for 2.5 hours. It's one of those things. It's one of those strange, unexplained mysteries, they say.
Now, one of the questions he was asked, and I've already been getting questions about whether we're going to cover this, is it's the Elon deal. I thought it was going to be the afternoon. He said it's going to be Monday night.
Oh, really? Okay.
So people are already asking me if we're going to cover it on the show and kind of do our thing where we watch it and comment live, and why not?
We might as well.
Right?
Yeah,
Definitely.
It's going to be on X. I don't think Elon's worried about people. I'm sure he wants people to rebroadcast it and use it in live. I'm sure, and so I think we probably will. But I thought the president was good today. I think it's a good strategy. Go out there and make the case. The one thing I'll say is there was a couple times that I still think he has to be more disciplined, knowing what the media is going to try to do. They got him into the crowd size argument. He went on that way too long because he wants to argue about crowd size. The Martin Luther King thing, there was just nothing was good was going to come from that. I understand he wants to defend it. He doesn't get you're not getting a fair shot from the media on your crowd size, on your anything you do well. You're never going to get any credit from him. So why engage with them on things like that? Brian Kemp, no reason to engage with that. Whether she's black or Indian, no reason to engage on that. But those are the questions they're going to ask him. But what he did do at the end when he was asked about whether she's black or Indian or running against her, he said, that's a question you're going to have to ask her, but it really doesn't matter to me because her policies is what we care about. That's what he needs to continue to do. And then go right back to the policies. Go right back to affording groceries. Go right back to affording gas. Go right back to raising your taxes. Go right back to an open border. Keep hammering the issues. It's so clear cut. That's what he needs to do and not take the bait on some of these other questions, right?
Absolutely. And I think his best line was, because he didn't say wallet, he said, this time around, people are voting with their stomachs.
I said, yeah.
And I thought, boom. Right there, that's the soundbite you want. That was perfect because that is what people are doing. Food's insane. We're supposed to be on tomorrow. We can't afford Pizza Friday. That's why we're not going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's exactly right. I thought that was an interesting way to put it. People are voting with their stomach.
Yeah, I never
said
heard
with your pocketbook, or what he said, voting with their stomach.
Yeah. Because it comes down to people do have to make that choice. Do I put gas in my car? Do I feed my family? Unfortunately.
I mean, I think he should call another one. I mean, they framed it as he's desperate and he's this and he's that. That's what the left's going to do and the media is going to do. Oh, he's so desperate, and everybody on there going, oh man, he's shook, he's desperate, he's losing control. I don't agree. No. Keep doing it. Make the case. If she continues to let you frame her and frame her positions and frame who she is, keep doing it as long as you can. Live from Studio 6B. More to do. Just getting started on a Thursday night to end the week. We're back right after this. Social media, we're coming to you next. We're live in the break. Welcome on in. Thursday night, social media, whatever you're watching on, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, thumbs up, smash the like button, whatever platform you're on. We would appreciate it, and it does help us get the word out, especially on YouTube if you're there. Hit the like, subscribe, comment, share, just be engaged. We love that. See some people out there on social media already. Damon, you're absolutely right. Well, it was fun today watching Damon. Hopefully Trump listens to you. Well, I can tell you that's not happening.
No. I don't listen to any of us.
But, no, the stream was fun this afternoon. We had about 2,000 people on there.
You were on all of them? All the socials?
I was on X and I was on YouTube.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Damon, good evening. What's up, Bucky's fan on YouTube? What's going on? Kimberly H on YouTube. Hello. Buzzard of 207. Hello, hello. Thank you to all of you who joined me this afternoon. Cautiously optimistic. Hit the thumbs up. Yes, agreed. Damon is doing X-rated stuff. Gross. On Facebook? What does that mean?
What does that mean?
No idea.
Oh, because you were in bed? Is that like your OnlyFans stream or something when you're in bed to do that?
Tommy Viper, what's going on, Tommy Viper?
Only the comforter.
Donna on Facebook. Damon, how's your eyes? My eyes are okay. I mean, they're good. They're better than okay. I had my last laser last week. I got to go get it checked, I think, on Wednesday. He's going to go take a look at it. Right here. Left one. See how it looks. Still have the oil in the right one. Missy on Facebook says she loves the show. Thank you all very much.
Howdy, Rumblers. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Bo. Northern 737.
Broke Spoke, what's going on?
Ratchet. The Cocoa Nut.
Laura Leonard says Trump did good today. Yes, he did.
Bigfoot TKMC. Bigfoot, are they talking about you, Dave? No, that's the handle.
Could be.
You know, I found an interesting video of Bigfoot.
Rick Ammirati, how your birds doing? Bucky's fan on YouTube wants to know.
Wonderful. Thank you. They're doing fantastic. Bucky's fan. She's a good follower. She's on
Small Town Barbie.
All right, 17 past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Thursday night, our last night of the week. Tomorrow, we're going to be off tomorrow night for coverage of the Trump rally. Real America's Voice will have you wall to wall. Of course, the great team over there. Make sure you're locked in tomorrow night for the president. We'll do some sports and news with all the boys here. I want to give a big shout out to a big fan of ours that I found out today. I love when people who I know call me and say, hey, somebody likes your show. And it's always nice, like a nice surprise. So had a call from somebody today that, number one, I really love. My buddy Tim called me and said his aunt is a big fan of the show, Slick.
Nice.
Wow.
Diane from Lakeland, Florida.
Wow.
Is a big fan of the show.
And let me guess, a big fan of the Slick.
You didn't say that.
Well, no, she said she's actually just a big fan of the show.
Okay.
She said she loves watching the show.
Yeah.
So Diane in Lakeland, Florida, Tim's aunt.
Yeah.
Welcome, and thank you very much for watching the show. We appreciate it.
That's right.
So
Sunshine State.
So Tim doesn't watch the show. He just relays.
No, Tim
family
doesn't care.
members.
Tim's like, my aunt likes the show. I think you guys stink. No, he likes the show. Tim likes the show, too. Yeah, he likes it. But I think Diane likes it better.
Oh.
Tim texts me every once in a while, and I text him just horrible stuff back. He's just like, he goes, you are just unbelievable. But that's the relationship we have. So, but no, he's great. I mean, he's the man. So, all right, let's do some sports. Slick, let's see if Diane likes sports tonight. I hope she does. Sports is brought to you by Mike Liddell and My Pillow.
Pressure's on.
Yeah, LFS6B is the code to use if you're going to shop at My Pillow. Check it out. Great savings if you use that code. What's going on in sports, Slickster?
Do you still have family?
I like that red. You look good in that red.
It's a good color. I like red, definitely.
No, you look good in everything, but that red is sharp,
I like
especially
red.
that shirt.
Thank you, sir.
A little darker. What is that shirt? It's a little darker red than the jacket.
Yeah, it is a little. It's kind of got it going
Like
on.
a velvet or something?
Yeah, no, it's not velvet. It's nice.
Oh.
Polyester. It's nothing crazy.
Okay.
But it's cool. Got a cool
about it.
design. Well, it's got a cool
Shirt
design.
stinks. How about that?
They still make polyester?
Good Lord. Yes,
All right, what's going on in sports?
This is your wedding suit. All right, here we go. Olympic basketball, Big D. Do you still have family from Germany over the house? Because you know what happened today.
I have him until I think the 15th.
Well,
Another
guess
week.
what? They lost to France today in the semifinals in basketball, 73 to 69.
Well, they don't care about that.
They don't.
They don't?
Yeah, that's not for them, huh?
Basketball? No.
Well,
there's only one ball they care about, and it's the one that you put on your foot.
Oh, the soccer, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Football. All right, in the United States, Bailey edged Serbia earlier tonight as well, 95-91. It took 36 points from Steph Curry to pull it out for the United States, who were trailing by 11 at the half. Came back in the really had a big fourth quarter where they outscored Serbia like 32-15. So final there, 95-91. Believe it or not, United States will play France in the final game on Saturday for the gold medal. Unbelievable. And France is the host nation, which is really wild. So we'll see what happens there. But USA almost got beat by Serbia today. That would have been something.
Crazy.
By a country with vampires. What are the
Exactly. Crazy.
That's embarrassing.
I know. It brings suck to a whole new meaning. NFL football preseason game. We got Patriots right now leading the Panthers 7-0. 2:45 to go in the second quarter. Also in the second quarter, 4.5 to go. The Giants right now leading the Detroit Lions 14-3, Kevin. Detroit just not bringing it home, I'll tell you that. Major League Baseball scores. Reds and Marlins locked in a good one, tied at 3, end of 7. Top of the 5th, Angels over the Yankees 2-1. Angels giving the Yankees a run here. Blue Jays 3-2 over the Orioles, bottom 4. Bottom 3rd, Cards over the Rays 3-2. Earlier today, these are all finals. Giants over the Nationals 9-5. Brewers over the Atlanta Falcons 16-7. I mean the Braves 16-7. But it sounds like a football score. Padres 7-6 over the Pirates. Mets 9-1 over the Rockies in Colorado. Tigers take on the Mariners at 9:40 tonight in Seattle, and the Phillies at the Diamondbacks 9:40. First pitch as well. Well, here we go, guys. WHO panic. Dozens of coronavirus cases at Olympics. World unprepared for surge. John Hayward of Breitbart. WHO Director for Pandemic Prevention, Dr. Maria von Kerkhoff, has said on Tuesday that the Wuhan coronavirus is still very much with us and warned governments around the world are unprepared for the surge of infections that is now underway. The virus is circulating in all countries. Data from our Sentinel-based surveillance system across 84 countries reports that percent of positive tests for SARS-CoV-2 has been rising for several weeks, Dr. Van Kerkhoff said at a press conference in Geneva. SARS-CoV-2 is the proper name of the coronavirus strain that causes Wuhan coronavirus infection, which the WHO renamed COVID-19 in an attempt to avoid a stigma. Kerkhoff added that at least 40 athletes at the Paris Olympics have tested positive for coronavirus and other respiratory illnesses despite screening for the disease. The Washington Post on Wednesday drew a contrast between the 2021 Tokyo Olympics, where spectators were banned and participants were forced to take at least 3 coronavirus tests at the 24 games. Perhaps where people who tested positive are competing, there are no testing requirements and spectators are back in attendance. Well, to tell you the truth, listen to this one. So the 200 meter was run today, and in fact, this is Olympic Noah Lyles won the bronze 200 meter for the United States. This is the gentleman that won that 100 meter, that really close race there that he took the gold. He took the bronze today. He's got coronavirus, and they actually let him run today, which is really something. So Dylan Gwynn, Noah Lyles, the U.S. 100 meter champion, proclaimed by many to be the fastest man in the world, won the bronze in the 200 meter race on Wednesday while stricken with COVID, according to reports. So unbelievable that the athletes are playing with COVID. Where 4 years ago they couldn't get in without 3 negative tests. They'd be banished from the Olympic Village. So that's a rapid sports.
Dude, just a few years ago, you weren't allowed to go outside.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
think about how crazy
Tim Waltz, by the way, was one of the biggest culprits of that. He was a total disaster in Minnesota. So, all right, Slick, very good. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell and My Pillow. Let's do a little news with Rick Delgado, brought to you by 7 Cells, 7cells.com. Check them out. 10% off. LFS6B is the code to use. What's going on?
All right. Well, this story I wanted to bring up a couple days ago. Good thing I didn't, because there's more to it. Elon Musk declares war and files a huge lawsuit on ex-advertisers. He says, we tried peace for 2 years. Now it's war, as he filed an lawsuit against an industry group known as GARM. The antitrust suit filed in Texas federal court accuses the Global Alliance for Responsible Media, GARM, of colluding to convince brands to limit or remove their advertising from X, which has struggled with declining revenue since Musk bought the company back in 2022. The legal action also names GARM's members, including CVS Health, Mars, Orsted, and Unilever. The Independent has contacted GARM for comment, and of course, they did not comment because of an ongoing lawsuit. But today, in response, GARM decided, well, I guess maybe we'll discontinue. Yep, you've heard me right. Following the huge lawsuit from Elon Musk, the World Federation of Advertisers told its members today that it's going to discontinue activities for the Global Alliance for Responsible Media initiative following an antitrust lawsuit filed by Elon Musk against the company earlier this week. Nothing says you're innocent like deciding to run away.
Like packing it in.
Yeah. Let's see. According to this, the WFA and GARM intended to contest the allegations in the suit in court and were confident of the outcome, but they were confident that they would lose, obviously. The news came just 2 days after X filed an antitrust suit in Texas court, like I just mentioned in the previous article. Ex-CEO Linda Yaccarino posted on X shortly after the article was published that no small group should be able to monopolize who and what gets monetized. This is an important acknowledgement and a necessary step in the right direction. I am hopeful that it means the ecosystem-wide reform is coming. Now, 2019 was the year GARM was formed, and this was part of that group that would control advertising. So they would kind of push their weight around. They were actually part of the whole mis- and disinformation push and the censorship push. So it's good to see them getting broken up. And again, nothing says we're totally innocent and didn't do anything wrong.
We're out of here.
Like running for the hills.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
all right, more news. Kevin Downey Jr. coming up. All right, we're live on social media. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do. Helps out a lot. Shelly Haynes on YouTube says, I was on this with you this afternoon, Damon. Thank you very much. To all of you who were, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. President was good. All right, Delgado, we'll do some more news, and then we'll do Kevin's news after that.
sure.
I'm ready.
Dolly on Facebook says Trump was very on point today. I think for the most part he was. Got sidetracked a couple times with those bogus questions. I mean, the media is just... Damon never cracked a smile during the presser. This is what Carol noticed.
So,
Sure, she's
nothing
right.
out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You
Hello.
had your poo-poo face on.
I was just listening intently.
Slick is looking good in the 49er red.
Oh, boy, 49.
Oh, did you
Hottest-
Oh.
That's it. Taking it off.
Direct competition.
Oh, man. One on my side, that team.
Direct competition, Slickster.
Yep.
Delgado, I sent you an email.
I saw that.
And yes, that is tape covering my camera. Someone just asked.
Bum, 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 bum. Why no 30-gallon hat tonight? Well, I got it right here. Always right here. Slick, when can we see your birds? John on Facebook wants to know.
When can you see my birds? You can see them anytime. They're on Instagram. They're always on there posting. But yeah,
I saw them the other day on there.
Yeah, Maui went to the garden. You got like about 1.5 million views. the lady. He was talking to the lady.
Maybe he should host a show.
He'd be good. He's good.
On what platform?
Get her.
Where?
Get her.
All right, 30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B. Someone in the chat asked Kevin Downey Jr., where can one listen to your radio show?
You know what? It was just, that's Bill. Hello, Bill. You can listen to it at linewsradio.com every Monday through Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I clown slap the commies and I punish the pedos, and we have fun doing it. linewsradio.com.
There you go.
Bill.
It's not commie.
All right. All right, let's do some more news with Rick Delgado. News is brought to you by our friends over at 7cells, 7cells.com. Delgado, what's going on?
All right. Well, as we continue our way, winding our way through the news with, let's visit Nancy Pelosi, who's been out and about. I don't have the clip of her talking about her husband's attack, which I was hoping. I wish I would have saw this before I came in tonight.
She was talking to you today.
I guess so. That's from what I understand. She's making veiled threats towards me for mentioning her husband's attack on a weekly basis. I don't care.
Which really is not true. We really more have kind of tried to expose or make fun of the fact that we're not getting the real story.
Right.
That's the whole. We're not trying to make light of the fact that he was attacked with a hammer. It's just that
it wasn't the hammer that was doing the real damage to him, if you know what I mean.
Right. We just didn't get the right. That's just not the full story.
Right. It's not good when you get hit in the head with a hammer, but we're not talking about that.
Right, but we're talking about what happened, all of that, what led up to the front door. That's kind of what we've been making fun of.
Yes,
not the actual
unicorn outfits, the drinking together, the hanging out in the bathroom,
leaving, going to the bathroom, like he just allowed him to do it. I mean, come on, we all come on.
Yeah, come on,
stop.
Anyhow, so she was out though talking about her long dissatisfaction with President Joe Biden's campaign before he dropped out, which, of course, as Slick Rick has noticed as well, has helped earn us, he and I, a trip to the Sphere. Oh. So we appreciate that. So thank you for your work, Nancy, and helping us beat Damon once and for all.
It's earned you nothing.
As a matter of fact, she's starting to come clean about what she's thought about Joe Biden and how she helped push her longtime friend out of the position of running for president once again. Here's cut number 9. Here's Nancy Pelosi. You can listen and look for yourself.
I love him so much. I think he's been really a fantastic president of the United States. So I really wanted him to make a decision of a better campaign, because they were not facing the fact of what was happening. Just a little background. I've never been that impressed with his political operation.
Ooh. Biden's operation.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I just haven't been. They won the White House. Bravo. Right? Mm-hmm. But so my concern was, this ain't happening. And
like
we have to make a decision for this to happen. And the president has to make the decision for that to happen. Let me just say, I won't say necessarily I knew what I was doing at that time. I knew what I was doing in the whole thing, not just that shit.
And what was that?
That Donald Trump would never set foot in the White House again.
There she is. The 84-year-old.
Put down the Balvenie before you do the interviews, sweetheart. I mean, come on.
The 84-year-old former speaker signaled her personal frustration, of course, dealing with Biden and his campaign operation, as you just heard and saw for yourself, and suggested he was not up to the task of beating former President Trump, despite doing so in 2020.
I'm sorry. So you can make it to Mount Rushmore, but in the same breath, not be impressed with their political operation.
Right.
I don't speak reptile. I didn't get a word of that.
I mean, what in the hell is she talking about?
Well, she just wasn't impressed there, Damon.
They just can't get this guy to the dog track fast enough, can they? I mean, they just can't. It's just stab him, run him over, run him back over, and get him out to the dog track, pin the little sticky note said, "I used to be Joe Biden" on him, and just set him out there. I mean, that's what they're trying. I mean, and all of a sudden now they're all free talk. Oh, I'm not impressed with this. I haven't been impressed with that. I don't think he's been doing good at this. And I don't know.
And if you notice, now the DOJ has seemed to be okay with pursuing more charges against Hunter Biden. I don't know if you saw this coming out. Here is cut number 5, where they talk about Hunter Biden. The DOJ is pressing forward with evidence for the tax trial coming up in September against Hunter Biden, and have revealed that they have evidence about him receiving money from a Romanian oligarch. Don't take my word for it. Listen to cut number 5 here from Fox News. Listen to this.
But how about potential links to Romania? Now, prosecutors in Hunter Biden's tax case say he worked for Gabriel Popoviciu. He is a Romanian business magnate. Now, the allegation is that Hunter Biden and his business colleagues took $3 million in payments. Popoviciu faces a criminal investigation in Romania over a land deal. Special counsel David Weiss makes that very case in his filing in California. Weiss alleges they structured the deal for Hunter so it, quote, concealed the true nature of the work he was performing. Now, prosecutors say there were concerns about ramifications for President Biden. Popoviciu is expected to testify at Hunter Biden's tax evasion trial in Los Angeles that starts September 5th. He's charged with failing to pay $1.4 million in taxes over a 4-year period. The House's impeachment inquiry remains open. Republicans claim Hunter Biden sold his father as the brand and used the president for access.
So there you have it. So now all of a sudden, now it's okay. Remember, David Weiss, the prosecutor, he was the one who had a sweetheart deal with Hunter Biden to get, let's make this all go away. You plead to this. We'll give you a little, and we'll hope the judge signs off on it. Maybe you'll get time served, which would be no time at all because he never went to jail. But they were going to make this all go away. And now all of a sudden, they're letting it all start to come out.
You know what's so the ironic part of all of this in the president's presser today is that he was asked about Hunter Biden, and the president said, I think it's just a tragic story in the end. He was asked about pardon by Joe Biden. I think the question was something like Joe Biden said he's not going to pardon his son about something or other, and the president didn't take the bait once again and just said, I think it's just a tragic story overall. Took the high road there. He was asked about Hillary Clinton.
Yep.
Took the high road there. Yep. He couldn't have been more magnanimous today about the two of them. He said, we could have done a lot of things, and I just thought about it. And I just thought how terrible it would look and be for the country to take a former president's wife and go after her and have her end up in jail. And meanwhile, you see what they're doing to him. And of course, us as Republicans are always complaining that we're just so weak. And they crucify Trump in the media that he's a dictator and he's this and he's not going to leave and he's going to punish his opponents. He's going to this. And here once again, he's posed with these situations, and he couldn't be more magnanimous and more unifying if he tried. I mean, I thought what he said about Hillary Clinton today was stunning.
Yeah,
the case he made.
Especially when he said, we had her doing all this stuff. And he goes, and like you said, I thought it would be bad to take a former president's wife and put her in jail. He goes, we could have done it, but it just would have been good for the country. And in the next breath, he goes, but they don't seem to have a problem doing that to me.
Yeah. I know. I mean, I was listening to that going, boy, I don't even know if I agree with this. But on the other case, I see the bigger picture of how he feels about it.
Right.
And I wish they felt the same way about it. But they obviously don't, because they play with brass knuckles. And it's why it's like a catch-22. We always complain that we don't. And here we were in a position to do it, but he took the high road.
Yeah. As he usually does in cases like this. If he wins again, I don't foresee that being the case anymore. I think all those gloves are going to come off. I think it's going to be, I hope it's going to be, and justice for all, basically.
So don't let any of these slimes in the media for the rest of this campaign tell you, Trump's going to imprison and he's going to...
Right.
Yeah, because, no. He's going to not leave off. Yeah, no. He was asked that too. Abortion, yeah, he was asked that too.
Yeah. All right, one last thing real quick. Since we are talking about the Bidens, Joe Biden, remember him? He's the guy who's actually the president, they say. He was out and about today. Here he is, abusing numbers, as he always does, talking about the Latino population. You can't make it up. Cut number 7. Watch for yourself.
It matters a lot. Local schools, feeding and educating children. It matters. Cultural centers, celebrating Latino history and Latino culture, which everybody ought to start learning more about. Well, like parenthetically, you know that 28 out of every high school student is Latino.
Yeah.
We better start figuring it out.
28 out of every high school student?
28 out of every high school student, he said?
Yes.
28 out of every high school student
Yes.
are Latino.
When you bash a high school student over the head, they break into pieces. And 28 of them are Latino. Like a piñata. You didn't know that.
I'm Joe Biden. I think I just dropped a crab cake into my Depends. I better wrap this up.
Yeah, what did France say? Like they're a pinata. They just break up. 28 of them.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
that right there.
Scoop them up for yourself. Here we go.
Parenthetically, he starts. I mean, who's making any decisions in this country right now? Seriously, what the hell's going on? He's so cooked, it's stupid.
Yeah. And
she's out acting like she's not even part of the damn administration. Oh, I'm going to fix everything. Oh, man, what's going on in this country is, there's this, there's that. Really? Well, I think you're a part of it, aren't you? What the hell's going on here?
It reminds me of that scene in Apocalypse Now when Martin Sheen gets back on the gunboat and goes, "There's no one in command here."
It's just crazy. This is crazy. He has no idea who he is or where he's at. Nope. She acts like she's not a part of it anymore. So who's making the decisions? Yeah. Is there any decisions to be made on a daily basis in the country right now? No?
Maybe that's why we're not seeing Dr. Jill out and about, because she's too busy running the country.
We just got it on cruise control here. Oh man! Which
reminds me, I think I've heard things and I've seen things written and people posting stuff and people with the blue check mark. So you think they might have a clue, talking about certain things that Joe Biden, that they're afraid Joe Biden might try and pull a fast one at the convention if he shows up.
Well, what do they think he's going to pull?
That he wants to run again.
Whoa!
Oh, he doesn't have the delegates anymore.
He does have the delegates. Just because they verbally committed, she didn't win anything.
That's just
this could be an interesting week when the DNC starts.
Well, the DNC is what? It's about a week. It's not this.
Just over a week away. Yeah.
It's not this. Is it a week from tonight?
It 16? Starts. I think. Yeah.
It's a week from tonight, and he's supposed to. I think I saw he's going to show up on night one
to claim his seat again. He's going to claim the delegates. I'm not putting any bets on this. I'm not going double or nothing. I'm just saying it could be fun.
I like to be a fly on the wall. Where are they? What city are they in? We know they're in Chicago, right?
Yeah, Chicago.
So they're going to go to where I guess the Chicago Bulls play, whatever that's called, the United Center or something?
Yep.
Can you imagine the meetings with the teleprompter company for the United Center and what they're going to have to try to hang there for him to talk in an arena? They're going to be like, well, if we put this thing in, no one's going to be able to sit here.
They need a Jumbotron.
They're going to need the thing,
like
thing that's in Dallas. It's got to reach the whole way, and it's got to come down to the floor. All right, news with Kevin Downey Jr. coming up. We get back right after this.
Hey, is there a way to find out if you're on the terror watch list?
Yeah.
Is there?
Book a flight somewhere.
Oh. Okay.
You get the 4 S's, you're screwed. Tulsi Gabbard is on it right now.
Yeah, because I did that story the other day, and now there's I see the where was it?
You did the story. Now you think you're on it?
Well, I'm looking at this, and it says more Americans than ever are on the terror watch list. I'm like, how do you find out if you made the list? It says it's not, and this is from The Blaze, it's not just Tulsi. Thousands of Americans on TSA terror watch list.
Are you pre-TSA if you travel?
No.
See, we are. Me and my two kids were all pre-TSA.
So you're on a list.
We're on the clear list. They know we went through the whole process of getting whatever that is.
Hey, does anybody have that story about 50 years ago tonight? Nixon resigned. You get remember that whole situation?
You got screwed.
Oh yeah, CIA took him down.
Yeah, 50 years ago tonight.
We should talk about that.
It's a good one. Somebody in the chat. I saw it in the chat. Somebody mentioned it earlier, so I got to give. I don't remember who it was, but anyway.
Diatribe on that on air.
Kamala Harris has backed out of the Fox News debate against Donald Trump. Campaign official confirms.
Whoa.
Yeah, she's just going to do one. So as they sat here and said, "Oh, he's afraid. He's afraid." Now he's committed to 3, and she's only going to commit to the one that's the most friendly, which is going to be NBC.
And you know what? That is a brilliant tactical move because Trump probably knew she was not going to do all 3. That's her weakness.
Yeah, she can't talk.
No.
Yeah, nor could she defend any of their positions. Coward Mala, as they're now saying online. VP Harris will not agree to the September 4th Fox debate, campaign officials tell me. Says future debates are contingent on Trump showing up to the ABC debate on September 10th. Willing to have convos before September 10th about debates after that date, so ABC will have first Harris-Trump debate. She needs little Georgia there to try to pull her through.
So basically, it's if you show up, then we'll talk to you about the next debate. They won't commit to it. They'll just talk to you about it. I would say, yeah, no. If ABC wants the eyeballs that Donald Trump will bring, he carries the big stick. He can just say, look, here's the deal. Either you sign up for these or none of them are going to happen.
Pelosi said with Jake Fake Tapper today that she doesn't think Kamala should be doing interviews. All right, 13 to the hour, live from Studio 6B. So we played that Pelosi clip before. I guess she had, that was like a radio show she did that you played, right?
Yeah.
Well, she was on with Jake Tapper today. And she had this to say about Kamala Harris and whether she should be, doing interviews.
Do you think that the vice president needs to be more out there talking to reporters, talking about issues in a give and take, not just in speeches?
I think she should say what I just said in that sentence. She should be herself. She should be ready. She should know her power in all of this. And I don't give anybody advice except to be themselves and be ready and know the power of their individuality and their authenticity.
Okay, great.
That is the most. That's a Kamala answer. That's what she was unburdened by anything smart coming out of her mouth right
Word
there.
salad.
Yeah. I don't know what that means. But Kamala, if you weren't with us during the social media break, Kamala Harris has decided she will not attend the Fox debate. So the only debate she's going to agree to is the ABC one on September 10th. And she says that any other further debates will be talked about after or, maybe before, but the only one they're going to agree to, the first one, is going to be September 10th. So as of right now, that'll be the only debate that she's officially going to agree to. So all this talk, he's afraid, he's backing out, he's afraid. Well, he agreed to 3 of them today that he told us about, and she's only agreed to 1.
I bet you he'd do one tomorrow if she said, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow, right now on Fox.
He would do one every day, and he should if he could with her. The more unscripted situations you can get her in, the better. Which obviously they know. It's just like she's just a younger version, but mentally the same as Biden. They know they can't get her in those positions, or she's going to get creamed.
Right, and she doesn't even have dementia. And she's actually worse than Biden.
Yes.
Because he actually could pull it off.
Some excuse.
When he was her age, he could pull it off. He could have conversations and make his points and actually make it seem like he had his S together. She's really dumb.
I'm predicting she gets COVID, gets a little bat stew flu just in time and has to bail on them.
I will keep that in mind as we get closer to September September 10th. So, all right, let's do the news. Speaking of Kevin Downey Jr., the host of the Kevin Downey Jr. show, has got some of it. What's going on?
You know what? I'm going to Jen Psaki circle back to Rick's story about Hunter and his upcoming case. I did a deep dive on that today for pjmedia.com. You can go there. It's called Chum in the Water. See that? Because it's his friend, Chum in the Water, Hunter Biden associate, to testify that he bribed the first son. Now, this is the first time David Weiss is actually hinting at the word bribe. And he said, this is in the court filings, he says the evidence will not include evidence that the defendant performed lobbying activity, because there's something there that I'll get to in a moment. But the evidence will show the defendant performed almost no work in exchange for the millions of dollars he received. So what happened was, just like Burisma, this oligarch comes to Hunter and he says, hey, I'm being investigated because I'm shady. How about if your dad makes it go away? And they go, cool, $3 million. And they seal the deal. But then Hunter says, you know what? This might be a little shady even for my dad. So we're gonna work it this way. Otherwise, I have to register with FARA, which is the foreign agents, because he would be doing some lobbying. So he decided not to do that. So now they do technically have him on a FARA violation, but he mentioned that, and he mentions the bribe. Now, why would the DOJ throw Hunter under the bus? There's one of several reasons. Number one, get it all out there so the old man can pardon him. Or number two, the swamp wigglers are sick and tired of the Bidens. They're done with them. They're no longer needed. And what happens when you're no longer needed? Well, they take you out. They send you away. But Hunter is a crackhead who knows where the bodies are buried, and he might just flip out and start pointing fingers at people. So I think this is going to get really interesting, because this has never happened. And the Oversight Committee has been sitting on this since May of 2023. They said, yeah, we've been talking about the Romanian oligarch for over a year now. Suddenly David Weiss, who again gave him a sweetheart deal, either they're getting it out so they can pardon Hunter, or they're throwing him under the bus to say, all right, Joe Biden, you want to play games? You want to send Kamala out? You want to do that? Okay, good. Game on. What do you boys think?
Yeah.
Yep.
How long until we hear the tapes from his interview with Special Agent Her, too?
Yeah.
How long are they going to hold those for before all of a sudden they leak?
Yeah. And again, I make the argument it's not just audio. I think it's on video. I've seen Suits enough. They always videotape those depositions. What? I'm not wrong.
You've seen Suits enough?
Yes.
Do you think Donna has something to do with this?
Well, not Donna. Donna's awesome. But no, of course it's videotaped. They did it with Trump, right? We saw his deposition. It was taped.
Take you, for example. I would have no interest in you.
Yeah.
It's not personal.
Probably one of the
It's just evident.
Would not interest me.
Right. One of the greatest deposition clips of all time. I mean, you can't beat that. That's honest. He's under oath. He can't lie.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
All right, what else, Kev?
Well, the FBI recently caught a guy who came here to make plans to kill Trump. Turns out the FBI let him in knowing he was on a terror watch list. Now, call me wacky doodles, but why would the FBI let someone in? And they even said, look, he's been traveling all over. He's been to Iran. We know this, and we're going to let him in. And why did they let him in? I will tell you exactly why. This is right from their notes. It said the subject was polite and cooperative throughout the meeting. So they let him in because he was an affable lad.
Come on.
I kid you not. The FBI interview memo. Subject was polite and cooperative throughout encounter. Subject's notable travel outside of country of citizenship includes a recent trip to Iran. Hey, didn't we just find out they want to kill Trump? Yeah, that's been out there for a while. Oh, guess what? And we'll get into this later. Joe Biden's given Iran $70 billion with a billion dollars since taking office. So this whole thing about we're gonna squeeze Iran. No, he hasn't been squeezing them. He's been feeding them. That's why they have money to train these animals to fly in their gliders over into Israel and commit atrocious crimes. But I kid you not. Check this out. He was what they call a significant public benefit parole. That's what they let him in. Significant public benefit. A guy with ties to Iran who's on a terror watch list. Let him in.
And you see this plan, the Taylor Swift deal?
Yeah.
I mean, and when you really stop and think about that, would they arrest? They arrested 3 guys already?
Yep.
And who knows if there's other ones?
Yeah.
Targeting that and seeming like the pre-planning that was going into that to the people outside. And like I told you, I saw the pictures out of Munich. And you think about the fact that she canceled after they supposedly caught all the guys, which says to me that they either told her, we don't know if this is it. But how do you cancel 3 shows after they've told you that they've caught the main guys that they've been, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they think there could be more guys out there who are like, well, we're just going to do what we can do.
Yep.
And when you think about it, and you kind of contrast that to the Trump rally situation, so they're able to catch these guys who are trying to plot to hurt people outside of the arena, right? They were going to run a truck or something over people and do mass casualties that way.
Mm-hmm.
This guy got within 150 yards of the president and fired off 8 rounds. So here they are jumping through hoops to make sure they stop these guys for a Taylor Swift show. But nobody, as we're finding out more and more, as more tape becomes available from this failed assassination attempt, but murder of Cory Comparator, that there was a lot of bumbling going on the Secret Service side, and a lot of frustration from the locals trying to work with them to do everything.
And you know what? I speaking of Taylor Swift, check this out from PJ Media. We're now learning that the plot had progressed to the point where the preparations for carrying it out were almost complete. The bomb that the suspects were building was almost finished, and the younger suspect had just been hired as a security guard. They were going to drive the car in. That blows up. A bunch of other guys come in with machetes, and start hacking up teenage Taylor Swift fans, Swifties, whatever you call them.
Swifties, yeah.
And they were just going to mass casualty, kill until you're dead.
And they had a security guard.
Yeah, they had guys on the inside.
Yeah.
They were hired as security at the event. All right, quick hour 1, hour 2 coming up. We'll do some sports when we get back. Live from Studio 6B right after this. I like that one, Fran. It's a good one. Bow, 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 bow.
That's a good one.
Oh, let's go over to the YouTube. 391 thumbs up. If you haven't hit the thumbs up over on YouTube, please make sure you do. 900 of you watching, so it's not quite half. Half of you think this is not worth a thumbs up. So if you can, please hit the thumbs up.
That's a good way to put it.
Over on the Twix, I hate Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, he makes a great point. You know, the open borders, they probably sent in thousands of trained CCP soldiers, and they're probably going to attack the power grids first.
I mean, who knows who's here? I mean, we
don't know who's here.
No.
We have no idea.
The 250 on the terror watch list, those are the ones we know about.
Damon, just a reminder, you have a guest at the bottom of the hour.
I have a guest?
We have a guest tonight? Yep. Who's the guest tonight?
Holly Lucille.
Holly Lucille?
You mean the
Come on, let's talk about your liver now.
Oh, the liver doctor.
I like Holly Lucille.
Man. I took a break today, man. Woof, man. Ooh, man.
We should tell Pelosi to listen into our, because, man, God knows.
She'll have me arrested. Are you kidding me?
She should listen to the liver segment.
She doesn't have one.
She's using her liver as a strainer, so, I mean, come on.
I call her Nancy Petroni. It's a new name. She's been drinking.
I mean, what the hell was she talking about in there?
She's unbelievable.
I mean, really. Put down the Balvenie 18 before you go on CNN. Good Lord.
Balvenie 18 is a great reference.
We have I don't have we have yes we do.
You'll also have 2 reads before that.
2 reads before that? Who are the reads?
I believe it's Birch Gold and Patriot Mobile.
Birch Gold's on fire, huh?
Birch!
They're fired up. They must be doing good now, boy. Oof, man, everybody's pulling out and going to gold.
And all right, 9 o'clock on the East Coast, Real America's Voice, Hour 2, live from Studio 6B. Glad you're in. Slick's going to do some sports here in a second. Delgado's got news. Kevin Downey Jr. is going to do some news as well in Hour 2. Lots to get to. Great piece by Daniel Horowitz today in The Blaze that I'll get to here about Wacky Waltz and some of the things that we've talked about. A lot of you, man, a lot of people wanted to know where I had that list of all of what Waltz got done. Give him both houses of the Minnesota House Assembly, whatever they call it there, and boy, they get it done when they control the levers of power. Boy, they don't let up. They do not let up. So we'll go through some of that as well. New ad drop today from the Trump team. It's a little bit of a longer one. It's about 3 minutes long. I have not seen it yet, but everybody says it's good. Here it is.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
If it got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally.
A new world order. These allegations are false. Weapons of mass destruction. The USA Patriot. The blueprint for large corporations.
We once were, we are no longer a Christian nation.
Donald Trump confirmed that he is considering a run in 2016.
Do it.
I am officially running for President of the United States.
He will never be President of the United States.
Donald Trump will never be elected
President of the United States.
People are watching these results come in.
We are going to make this decision now. Donald Trump will be the 45th President of the United States.
Does it ever seem to you that President Trump has done more than any president in modern history?
And in the 10 years I've been involved in politics, I've never seen an administration hit the ground running like this.
I could spend the rest of the hour laying out the accomplishments under the Trump presidency, despite everything thrown at him.
Market just had its 12th straight record close.
Taking action to save as many kids as they can.
We were energy independent under the Trump administration.
More Americans reported being employed than ever before.
Helping those who have served our country in the military to get access to mental health care.
The Great American Outdoors Act is the largest single piece of legislation to support our national parks and public land.
Created more than 7 million good-paying jobs.
Websites can be held liable in court for having sex trafficking content.
The Abraham Accords, which for any other president would have been multiple peace prizes.
America did not enter into a foreign war.
The unemployment rate in the U.S. fell to 3.5%.
The First Step Act eases federal sentencing for nonviolent offenders.
Increased funding for historically black colleges and universities.
Allows terminally ill patients easier access to experimental drugs.
Kept the inflation rate low.
Honored with the Bipartisan Justice Award.
Had a massive MS-13 gang problem. 3.9% is the unemployment rate. Requiring airports to provide lactation rooms for breastfeeding mothers.
Middle-class family income increased nearly $6,000.
A dramatic escalation in his crackdown on illegal immigration.
An advocate for educational choice.
Tariffs on Mexico and Canada.
An act preventing animal cruelty and torture.
Taking out Baghdadi, the head of ISIS, Soleimani, the Iranian general.
Save Our Seas Act commitment to environmental issues.
We're saying Merry Christmas again.
Community development in low-income urban
urban and rural communities.
Help us to remember the importance of fighting off tyranny.
Pulling out of UNESCO, the World Health Organization, the Paris Climate Accords, reassessing NATO and the United Nations.
Stood up for Christianity and the Constitution more than any president in American modern history.
We are stopping the attacks on Judeo-Christian values. Do you miss me yet?
Just a little.
That's amazing.
That's another good one.
That's a good one right there.
That's a good one right there.
I love that.
I mean, in essence, you need to take that commercial and just just keep making that case.
Yeah. People got to see it.
Just keep making the case, right?
You got to be
They got to see it. Got to get it out to the mainstream morons. They got to get it out there.
Well, that's like what he's doing today. That's why I think today, no matter whether you agree with every word that came out of his mouth or whatever, I mean, it's just a net positive. You get out there and make the case and engage. Be in there. She's not. I'm actually surprised. We're 19, 20 days in here. Yeah. If she continues to let you go define who she is, then just do it.
Yeah.
If she's going to let you do that, just go out there and do it. Every rally, every time, every presser, anytime you can get a camera and microphone, go out there and define who she is.
And I know I hear some people rumbling, from our side saying, he keeps talking to the same people. He keeps saying the same things at the rallies and blah, 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 blah. And, I get it. But you've got to harden that base. You've got to solidify that base. That's what the rallies are for. They're for the converted already. To remind them and say, hey, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. Remember what we did last time, and hopefully expand that base a little bit more. But today, like you said, Damon, any chance you get, and do a weekly press conference. You know what? Pull it up and say, you know what? I'm going to talk to those people that don't go to my rallies, that don't watch, Real America's Voice or other conservative networks, because they just don't. Maybe they're not exposed to it. Again, we had this conversation, we've had this argument about, people should be more aware of what's going on, and they've got lives to lead, and they don't know what's happening. Maybe this is a way to reach those by doing these press conferences where the CNNs, the MSNBCs, the ABC, CBS, NBC, all the places that wouldn't carry a Trump rally will have to carry his comments. They'll carry the live press conference for 45, 60 minutes. That's almost like a rally.
Yeah.
Because again, and you were making the point where a lot of his stuff was like right down the line, where you're talking about the Clinton thing, where he didn't think it was a good look, and people would be like, really? They probably had a different take on that completely, thinking he just wanted to throw her in jail. And then you hear his candid comments like, I didn't think it would be a good idea. It wouldn't be good for the country. I think it exposes that side of him that, again, gets painted over by the media. Like, he's going to be a dictator on day one, and he's going to do this, and you're going to lose your freedoms. We've already had a Trump presidency. None of that happened.
Good point.
Mm-hmm. And I think every time they say something stupid like that, they lose another viewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another lie. There's another lie.
Yeah, you hear it from the black community all the time. Yep. They're like, oh, I thought he was a racist. Oh, I guess he isn't.
Mm-hmm. And you know what else I learned? These rallies he does, he's getting people to register. This is it's a rally, but it's also a mass registration rally. Everyone who comes in, they go, are you registered? It takes 2 seconds. You want to register? So he's got people at the gates as they come in, signing them up.
Oh, sure.
All right, let's do some sports, then we'll do some news with the boys here. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell and MyPillow. Use our code LFS6B when you shop at MyPillow. As we get ramped up going into the last 4 months of the year, start thinking about shopping. At MyPillow is going to pick up. We appreciate it when you use our code LFS6B. Give you great savings. Plus, we'll throw in our shirt of the month absolutely free if you do use our code. Send your receipts into lfs6b@yahoo.com, and we'll send you out our shirt of the month, which I still believe is the November. It's the election shirt, right, Aaron? We're doing the white election shirt, the Trump profile with the American flag, so we'll give you that for free. Slick, what's going on?
All right, let's get to it. Preseason, Giants with a big lead right now, 14-3 over the Lions. Eric Gray of the Giants, running back, having a big night. 2 touchdowns, 53 yards on the ground, 46 yards receiving, and we're all halfway through the third quarter. So Giants looking good, Rick, out of the gate. They're playing at Met Geta Life. A little rain there, but that's a good one. 14-3 over the Giants.
Who?
Saquon who? Right, he's in Philly, baby. And the Patriots right now, New England, they lead the Panthers 7-0, 6 to go there in the third. I'll give you some scores and updates a little bit later on the baseball games. But let me get to this story right now on Breitbart News. Here you go, good old China. China arrests woman in Beijing for allegedly insulting Olympic athletes. Man, this is John Hayward of Breitbart Sports. A female resident of Beijing, identified only by her surname, he, was arrested for allegedly making defamatory claims about a Chinese Olympic athlete and her coach. Police in the Daxing district of Beijing said on Tuesday that they made the bust in response to reports from the public about some internet users making defamatory comments after the women's singles table tennis final on August 3rd. Our investigation revealed that this person maliciously fabricated information and blatantly defamed others with an adverse impact on society, said the Daxing public. They take their sports serious over there. As is often the case in authoritarian China, the speech police did not specify exactly what the detained subject said or that what might have been objectionable about it. Radio Free Asia, RFA, did a little sleuthing on Chinese social media on Wednesday and concluded he was probably arrested for spreading rumors that one or both of China's female table tennis champions was sleeping with the coach. The match on August 3rd pitted Chinese table tennis champion Zhen Meng against her teammate Sun Yingxia, also a top-rated player worldwide. Chen ended up winning the match 4-2, successfully defending her gold medal with exactly the same score she racked up against Sun when she won the gold at the Tokyo Olympics. Sun, 23, was actually the higher-ranked player in 2024, giving 30-year-old Chen the pleasure of an underdog victory. This gold medal feels more valuable in Tokyo. I was in Tokyo. I was at the peak of my career, but in the past few years, I suffered a lot of losses and injuries, Chen said after a victory. I don't know if this is going to be my last Olympics, but the whole point is that there's China, once again, censoring comments about table tennis and the Olympics. So enough on that.
So it was a woman. So according to the story, a woman named he was arrested.
Right.
So he is a she.
Yeah, so it's a he. It's a he, she.
Make sure.
That's a he, she.
Who's on first?
The true definition of it. I'm not winning with these Olympic stories. Big D, I'm going to throw it back to you with the 2-minute warning here. That's a wrap.
All right, Slick, very good. So Kamala Harris, if you want to know why she's not going to take any press conferences, or she's only going to agree to the one debate, or you're really not going to get her in any unscripted situations, well, believe it or not, Fox News put this together. Here she is in Wisconsin on Wednesday with old Bon Iver, and then Michigan after that. Listen to this.
So good to be back in Michigan. Listen, let me tell you, I am clear. The path to the White House runs right through this state. And listen, I am clear. The path to the White House runs right through this state. I took on perpetrators of all kinds. I took on perpetrators of all kinds and had a summer job at McDonald's. So hear me when I say. Hear me, Detroit, when I say, I know Donald Trump's type. I know Donald Trump's type. And are we ready to fight for it? And are we ready to fight for it? And when we fight, we win.
Oh my God! Imagine,
oh my God!
Imagine that for Doublemint twins.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. Oh,
He's having a field day with her.
That's
man,
painful.
Oh, man. That is painful.
Oof.
Nails on a chalkboard.
Jeez, I wonder why she won't go. We thought the teleprompter for Biden on night one has to be big and strong.
Wow.
She can't get away from it either.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Our live from Studio 6B. More to do. We're back right after this. Bow, bow. Tammy Reynolds on Facebook says, Damon, cowboy hat looks good on you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Roddy Mom says you rock a cowboy hat like it's not easy to do. Damon can rock a cowboy hat.
Jim Tooney says, Kevin, you're doing a great job tonight.
Oh, thank you, Jim.
Kelly says, Slick, red is your color.
Whoa, I got another color. Nice. I love it. I love it.
Kevin Downey Jr. says, thank you. Oh, no, that's you.
D-Mac on the Rav website says Damon needs to lose the hat.
Who says that?
Yeah, there's always somebody that's got to.
There's always some hater.
They do that to me all the time.
Who is it?
D-Mac.
T-Mac?
D-Mac.
D-Mac?
Yes.
What's the D stand for?
I don't know, but they do watch every night.
Damon.
Come on, I'm just kidding around. Well, I'm not going to lose the hat, so D-Mac.
No, come on.
I've also got a request for you to post the Trump ad link for people.
Oh, the one we... Oh, yeah.
The one we just played,
took me a second there.
You look so confused.
Be quiet, Aaron. Stop laughing at me. Okay, yes, I will post it on our social media. Took me a second to realize what Fran was talking about. You laughing in the background doesn't help me focus.
Now, are you one of them cow pokes that walks around with the hat around the house all day in your underwear? And
with a thing of skull in your cheek.
Yeah, a little chaw going.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're walking around your skivvies with the hat on.
Well, now, this morning I was walking around with just my hat on, watching the show from last night.
No, you were sitting in bed with your hat on.
I know. I'm changing the story, Delgado, for effect.
It's not working. It's not working.
No kidding. Beth on Facebook says, I love when Kevin Downey Jr. posts behind-the-scenes pictures.
Oh, boy.
Whoa.
Doing a great job as always.
I haven't seen those.
Keep it up. Thank you.
Chris says, you're all the best. Joseph says, Kevin adds a brilliant comedic take to the show. Ooh.
Thank you.
It's a high bar.
Thank you very
Chris Allen, Slick looks like the wedding singer in the movie The Wedding Singer.
Yeah, well, I could go for that. It's fine. Well, Carla Ann Love says Delgado dresses like Bongino. The Bongino biceps tee trend, I guess.
Yeah, you do. That's true. He usually wears a black T-shirt and got the guns out.
He does.
Your guns might be bigger than his, though.
Yeah.
Sun's out.
He's in good shape, obviously.
Oh, man. He's
Sun's out, man. Sun's out.
So is Delgado. Delgado's all Bongino.
Well, sound like the blues on a Thursday night. Quiet, Aaron. Such an idiot. Well, let me talk to you about our friends over at Birch Gold. In these crazy times, there's peace of mind and security. Security for the country, which we're going to get with President Trump. Security for our leaders. And security for our families. But think about this. You are not financially secure if all your eggs are in one basket. Isn't that the truth? Gold and silver are an excellent way to diversify your savings. They're a hedge against inflation. They're a physical asset that is in high demand globally, from the wealthy to central banks. And through our friends over at the Birch Gold Group, you can own physical gold and silver in a tax-sheltered retirement account. That's right. You can diversify an old IRA or 401k for no money out of pocket into an IRA in gold and silver. This is one of the things you can do to secure your family's savings. Text America to 989898. Just take your phone, just type the word America, send it in a text, but you send it to 989898. That's your number. And receive a free, no-obligation information kit from our friends at Birch Gold. You'll learn the role precious metals can play in your overall saving strategy. Again, text America to 989898. I'd encourage you to do it right now. Birch Gold has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Thousands of satisfied customers. You can trust Birch Gold. Text America to 989898. And again, do it today. All right, let me talk to you about Patriot Mobile. You know, Americans are tired and frustrated by a stalling economy. They're tired of inflation. They're tired of endless wars and the relentless assault on the values that made America great. Thankfully, there's companies like Patriot Mobile that still believe in America and believe in the Constitution. Patriot Mobile is a proud supporter of RAV, and they were proud to partner with them. They're on the front lines fighting for the First and Second Amendments, the sanctity of life, and supporting our military and first responder heroes. Support conservative causes and put America first with every call that you make, all while getting the same nationwide coverage as the major providers. Patriot Mobile has all 3 networks, all 3. And it's why they can back their service with a coverage guarantee. Their 100% U.S.-based customer service team, 100% U.S.-based customer service team. Not many places you could say that. Will help you find the best plan for your needs. Keep your number, keep your phone, or you can upgrade. Just go to patriotmobile.com/RAV, patriotmobile.com/RAV, or you can call 972-PATRIOT. 972-PATRIOT. Get a free month. A free month. You know what a month of mobile costs these days? Get a free month when you use the offer code RAV today. Don't be fooled by other providers pretending to share your values. Join us in supporting the only one that actually lives by them. That's Patriot Mobile. Go to patriotmobile.com/RAV or call 972-PATRIOT for a free month today. All right, 20 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B. Dr. Holly Lucille is going to join us at the bottom of the hour. We'll get to her. I always like having her on the show. But right now, let's do some sports and news. We'll start with some, we just did sports. Is there anything you didn't get to, Slick?
Well, I would like to talk about the world record that was set in the women's hurdle today, 400 meter. If I could, we have a clip as well to go with it. So let me set that up. Cindy McLaughlin-Levrone breaks her own world record, wins Olympic gold medal in 400-meter hurdles. This is St. Denis, France. Cindy McLaughlin-Levrone insists that her biggest competition in any race are these 10 hurdles that circle the track. And McLaughlin-Levrone once again broke her own world record earlier today, powering over the 400-meter hurdles in 50.37 seconds on Thursday night to defend her Olympic title. Cut 4. Let's take a look at this young lady from the United States setting a world record. Can you roll that? There you go. Watch this right up the middle here.
She's trying to get past Bull. Jasmine Jones here in the foreground. Coming out of the final.
This race isn't even close.
I mean, this is like a runaway, literally.
I mean, this is like Delgado versus me, and Delgado's in front. I mean,
exactly.
What kind of a race is this?
I don't see a 10-gallon hat anywhere, but yeah, it could be.
Well, I wouldn't run in the hat, but
no, yeah, it's true.
If I was that far behind, maybe I would.
Oh, look at that time! That is amazing. World record, 400 meters. So they're good to see our track team doing good, and I don't think she made any stupid statements or comments afterwards either politically. So, but yeah, so Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone breaks her own world record earlier today. That's a wrap. Big D, back to you.
All right, Slick, very good. Let's do some news. News is brought to you by 7Cells, 7Cells.com. 10% off if you use code LFS6B at checkout. What's going on, Delgado?
Oh, you're coming to me.
No.
I thought you were going to Kevin.
All right, let's do some news with the host of the Kevin Downey Jr. Show. Kevin Downey Jr., 10 to 11 weekdays, Monday through Friday, linews.com. Mr. Downey Jr., what's going on?
Thank you, sir. I'll tell you. So there was a shooting in Butler, Pennsylvania. No one's talking about it anymore. But a smelly, pimply-faced incel by the name of Thomas Matthew Crooks tried to put a bullet into President Trump's head. Some new information has come out. He visited the range 43 times in roughly the past year, going as often as 3 to 6 times in 1 month. 80% of the time he was practicing with his rifle, not his handgun. I would love to know how someone has that information. And to check this out, he was so obsessed. So this tells me he was planning this. He was probably planning for a while. He was so obsessed that he actually went on holidays, Christmas Day, Halloween, and Valentine's Day. That one's no shock because he's an incel. Where else would he be on Valentine's Day?
Right.
For planning to kill the president. And here's my question that no one's answered. 2 of them. Number 1, what were those overseas accounts? First, they were encrypted. First, I heard they were bank accounts. Then I heard they were just email accounts. We haven't heard anything about those, which leads me to my next question. Who's paying for the range time? Who's paying for the ammo? Who paid for the drone? I don't know anything about where he goes, but range time is a little spendy depending on where you go. Ammo's always expensive now. I mean, some rounds more than others. I say this as someone who used to own guns. Again, I lost mine in a tragic boating accident on one of the Great Lakes. I think it was Lake Louisiana up there next to Wisconsin. But I would love to know who is paying for all this because this stuff's not cheap. And how come we're not hearing anything? We did see some video today about, and we can't. Do you guys have it? There's a lot of cursing in it. One of the local cops, he's got his camera on, and he says, "I effing told the Secret Service to effing put someone on that effing building, and they effing told me that they had men for the building. But no one was there except for the smelly, pimply-faced incel who tried to take out our president.
Yeah, according to some of the reports, too, is that when it comes down to who was in charge, and we talked about this last night, the site agent, the agent who was in charge of the site, this was her first time running something like this. They said she was unprepared, she was incompetent, she changed all the rules, she wasn't doing the same quality of security that they normally expect. It was a disaster waiting to happen, and it all seems to be perfect. Have somebody who doesn't know what they're doing at the first time at a situation like this in a venue like this. And all of a sudden, it just so happens that's the exact same day that some 20-year-old kid outsmarts everybody in the Secret Service and gets on the roof and takes 8 shots. Again, I'm not one to toot my own horn, but toot. I'm not buying it.
If you haven't seen the Wall Street Journal today, exclusive in there by Jack Gillum, James Grimaldi, James Finelli, and Ryan Barber. Headline, video show police at Trump rally airing frustration with Secret Service. Police body cam footage obtained by the Journal reveals moments after former president was shot. And the article goes through exactly what Kevin's explaining here, that there was a lot of frustration on the ground. And again, the more we find out, I know they want to not talk about it anymore, like it's never happened. But man, I'll just stay with what I'm saying. I'm looking for the one thing that makes me say, oh, okay. And I'm still not finding it.
Right, that makes it believable. Now we have the new body cam footage from the one of the officers, the officer that was boosted by his fellow officer to try to get up to the roof to see what was going on. And you see him, kind of being hoisted up, and all of a sudden he drops down because, the kid pointed the gun at him.
Right. All right, Dr. Holly Lucille, when we get back, then more news with Delgado, Kevin Downey Jr., more sports with Slick before we wrap it up for the week. Remember, we're off tomorrow night. You get the Trump rally in full effect tomorrow night right here at Real America's Voice. We're back right after this. Can I have the computer, please? And you can put this up for the audience. We'll do a social media special here because I haven't previewed this, so I don't know what the language is like. But so, did you guys know Tucker's doing a bio on Trump?
No.
No.
Well, he put a trailer out. Here it is.
Pretty cool.
So we're standing exactly in the path where the president will walk out to the crowd about an hour from now, and there's a malfunction with the flag.
Be careful. Oh, so this is from Buck?
The hood's rocking with Trump. Trump's definitely got the black vote back.
Making America great again. Donald Trump is the boss. And when you think you're in control, Donald Trump does something that says you're not in control.
You think Biden could do this? I don't think so.
What is the campaign specifically doing differently now?
If there's one word to describe it, it's just execution.
Biden's just taken the stage of the debate.
The standard is not, are you able to stand up for 90 minutes?
I can't even understand him right now.
Trump is like riding a great racehorse, right? You put the blinders on, you guide him into the corners, and you let him run.
Look at how many people are showing up for a rally. Everyone, please, just make sure you're ready. 30 seconds. Let's go, America!
I repeat, the president's been shot.
Wow.
I love it.
That looks fire.
That's pretty good.
That looks good.
Yeah.
Now, what does it say when it's going to premiere?
No. Okay. It says coming soon. So looks like that's an early trailer. Okay. Let's go back over to the it's time to go back. All right. Live from Studio 6B on a Thursday night. Remember, last night of the week for us. We're off tomorrow. Trump rally tomorrow night on Real America's Voice. They'll be covering it. So make sure you stay tuned for that tomorrow night. We'll be back on Monday. Slick's going to do some more sports. We'll do some more news here with the boys in a second. But please welcome back to the show right now, Dr. Holly Lucille. Dr. Lucille, how are you?
Hey, guys. I'm great. How are you?
Very good. Great to have you on the show, as always. Last time you were on, I got a lot of emails saying, Damon, you asked all kinds of stuff, but we didn't get to the product. What exactly is the product? So give everybody a big background on exactly what liver health formula is.
All right. So let's just cut to it. So sorry for your listeners, but so liver health formula, big time advantage in our modern day for liver health. So we're talking about a natural product, all clinically studied ingredients working synergistically together to cover all aspects of liver health. And your liver does what? 500 different functions a day. And in our modern day, it gets completely blasted. And so super important, over 2 million bottles already sold, helping a lot of people. And it's just something that's needed.
Yeah, you know, when you think about your liver, I don't know how many people think about their liver every day. Why is the liver so important? Just give us a basic, like what it does every day. As you say, it gets hammered.
Yeah, like 500 different functions, but 5 of those functions, you know, it affects how you look and feel. So we're talking about weight management, energy levels, cholesterol levels, hormone health, brain health. Those are huge, especially in people my age. I just came from my 40th high school reunion. And so toxin overload can negatively impact all of those things. The liver is a big detoxification organ, and it needs to be supported because it's overburdened by everything that is going on in our modern day environment, and also sometimes our compromised soil, our compromised food chain, and our compromised choices. And so I think it's super important.
Do you go to your 40th reunion and walk around going, okay, you need it, you need it, you need it?
Not there, but on you know, when you go to the airport, it's basically a random slice of the population, right? You're like, you need it? Yeah, there's a lot of people that need it. That belly fat that you can't get rid of, it's liver. And that's what people don't understand. And so when you get your liver healthy, your face starts to change, your eyes start to change, your belly starts to change, your weight starts to change, and your energy starts to change. And so that's what we're talking about. So it's Liver Health Formula by Pure Health Research.
Belly fat, huh? Well, you might want to send one over here. Might want to send one over here for the host, if you know what I'm saying. So let's talk about fatty liver. You hear this term all the time. Can you explain to people, do you know if you have fatty liver? That's my first question. How would you know if you have it? And if you don't know you have it, is it dangerous? And what exactly is it?
There's 100 million people in our country that have it and they don't know it. And so this is when fat deposits not around the organ itself, but also the specialized cells in the liver. And that creates an underfunctioning liver. And the reason that you would know it for sure is because you're not feeling well, right? You're tired, protracted fatigue, again, belly weight you can't get rid of no matter what you do. You go to your doctor and they run even just a simple basic blood work, right? A comprehensive metabolic panel. It's with that, along with the CBC, is usually run at every single physical that's out there. And liver enzymes will end up being elevated. And it's like, well, why? And some people's like, well, I don't even drink. Well, sugar will do this. Sugar is a big culprit in fatty liver. And so usually when the liver enzymes are elevated, they will go for an ultrasound. Then your ultrasound will see that there's fat built up around the liver. Again, 100 million people have it, don't know it.
Yeah. So tell the folks at home, as we've covered the, kind of what it does and what's the offer, where can people get it if they have an interest in it, where can they find more information, where can this audience go?
Yeah, so Pure Health Research has a link for you. Get liver help, not health, help.com/6B, and then you can try it risk-free. So Pure Health Research, anything you purchase, you got a whole entire year to see if it benefits you, and if not, just send it back, or just don't even send it back. Just send them an email, you'll get your money back. But also, if you get it today, you're going to get a free bottle of the nano-powered Omega with 4 times better absorption than standard omega-3 formulas, thanks to that nanotechnology. So that's the offer that they're putting up today.
All right, there you go. GetLiverHelp.com, HELP, as the doctor said, GetLiverHelp.com/6B, GetLiverHelp.com/6B. Dr. Holly Lucille, thank you so much.
All right, thanks for all you do. We'll see you again soon, okay? Thanks so much.
Always great having you on the show. You're a good sport. All right, there you go. GetLiverHelp.com/6B. All right, let's do some more news with Kevin Downey Jr. What else is going on?
This is amazing. There's a videotape out of John Fetterman, and there was a point where I thought, why would they elect a carrot? But something's happened to him. He's coming around. His latest, Fetterman says he believes Trump is going to win Pennsylvania. He said he believes Trump would have beaten Biden, Hillary, and will beat Kamala. He said it'll be close, but he said, I'm telling you folks, this might be a bloodbath for Trump. He believes he's going to win.
Wait, did he just say bloodbath?
Oh, you can't say that.
My goodness, you can't say bloodbath.
Bloodbath. No, he thinks he's going to take Pennsylvania. And he said he goes, it's my state. I've been all over. Trump's got this. And I fully agree with him. I have successfully called every election since George Bush's re-election. And I'm not, in the way I do it is I travel and I ask audiences, comedy audiences, I count signs, blah, blah, blah. I'm not traveling as much, but I will know by mid-September. It's just a vibe. I can't explain it. Comedians know how to read a room, as we say. And right now, Kamala's having her little bump and everyone's getting nervous. Don't worry. She's going to fall flat on her face. And I'm not even sure, I'm not predicting this, but I don't know if Walz is going to be on the ticket eventually.
Didn't I say that the other day?
Did you?
Yes.
He might not make it. The fallout over his stolen valor is it's getting worse. And in the Midwest, the Rust Belt, I'm from Detroit, I'm telling you, everyone knows someone who has or is serving. And to do that, to the stolen valor, that's just grotesque. That's grotesque to anyone with a soul, really. But he's not playing to the Midwest nearly as well as J.D. Vance will do.
It's interesting that you bring up Pennsylvania and Trump together and Fetterman saying he thinks he's going to win it, because one of the things that have really stuck out to me, besides the Hillary talk today that he took the high road there, he hammered Josh Shapiro harder today in that press conference than I think Shapiro was hammered when he was running in 22. Did you hear his comments on, someone said, why do you think they didn't pick Shapiro? I forgot exactly what the question was. But boy, he had an opposite view of what I would have thought. He was like, I don't think he's that popular, and I don't think he would have been a better choice. And he went on and on about Josh Shapiro. He's not a nice guy. He really went after him today.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
I like the tactic.
Yeah, he went after him today. So, listen, I mean, Fetterman, say what you will, and we've certainly had some fun, with him as well. But he's been on a lot of issues, specifically Israel. He's been a lot more moderate than the rest of his party is. He looks like almost a centrist on some issues compared to the rest of the party.
He sounds conservative to some of those people.
I mean, especially when it comes to that. He's certainly not out there in the Hamas wing. He's not caving to the Hamas wing of the party at all. He's in their face, quite frankly.
Yeah.
So
well, good for him.
All right, very good. Let's do some news now. If he's ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, very good. Okay. Let's do some news with Rick Delgado. I mean, it's really his job here on the show. That plus What Even Is That? Are you going to, when I say What Even Is That on Friday?
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night we don't have a show. No What Even Is That for you.
All right.
But let's see. We can do some news now. News is brought to you by 7 Cells. What's going on, Delgado?
All right. Well, speaking of What Even Is That, I don't know if you guys caught this Comics for Kamala thing, and it's appropriate that Kevin's here for this because this was really kind of a...
You're not part of this group, are you?
God, no.
Okay.
This was really kind of a disaster. It was actually, it seems like it was put together. One of the people that put it together was Eric Swalwell, of all people. Eric Swalwell. Yes, known for his comedy stylings with his Chinese spy, Chin Chin, whatever her name was. Here he is talking about this great thing that he's put together to support Kamala Harris. This is cut 6A. Check it out.
All right, check this out.
What? Look at his T-shirt,
The team that has the most fun in sports and politics is the team that always wins. And that's why I have launched Comics for Kamala.
Wow.
Join us on Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for a live, free Zoom. And so you're going to see your favorite comics talking about the importance of this upcoming election. So click the link here. It's free to join, and we're all going to mobilize to win in November.
So there you have it. That's Eric Swalwell promising you're going to see your favorite comics
on Zoom. Talk about set up to lose.
Setting up a great night for Kamala. You want to know who some of those people are?
Well, before we get to that, Kev, if someone called you and said, "Hey, listen, we're trying to do this. We're trying to do this big night of comedy. We want you to do it over Zoom." Your answer would be what?
I'd say, first of all, you got to change it to Cucks for Kamala, because that's all you're going to get from the comedy world. And then I would say, no, of course not. I've done 2 Zoom shows, and they were horrific.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're trying to do one now, I think they thought they're pretty cool with their white guys for Kamala and whatnot. So I think they're just trying to keep that going. God, I don't know how to put the rest of this. I feel comedians, there's a brotherhood, sisterhood.
Well, don't worry, Kevin, because
you take care of that.
In this,
some of them are horrible.
I don't even think they had comics. As you'll see, I'll read some of the names, but here's one of the people who used to be funny when he does movies, but he's not really a comic. Here's Ben Stiller, cut 3A.
Oh, God.
I just want to let you know I'm going to match your $150,000 donation. Everybody's got to get out and vote and donate. And she's also a historic candidate. You know, it's going to be the first woman president. And that's incredibly exciting. And, you know, she's Indian,
so is
she's
Hillary.
Black, she's everything.
She's
you can be more than one thing. It's incredible.
She's everything.
You know, I'm
of course
Jewish and Irish. I wish I was black. Every white Jewish guy wishes he was black.
What?
You know, it's just get out there and vote and donate and like take advantage. This is such an important time right now, and this wave of energy that's happening, we got to keep going with it. So please do everything you can.
I mean, come on. And hand your man card back in. I mean, that's pathetic.
How cucky is that?
Yeah, totally. And as you can tell, if you tuned in and you donated, boy, that was hilarious from Ben Stiller, wasn't it? The best line of the night. I wish I was black.
I mean, that was part of the comedy show.
That was part of the comedy show.
What?
You want to hear some of the other names that showed up for the comics for Kamala?
Yeah,
Ed Helms, not a comic. John Stamos, definitely not a comic.
He plays with the Beach Boys.
Tom Arnold. Used to be a comic. We don't know what he's doing these days. I don't know who Lake Bell is. I think that's a female, right?
Who?
A female actress, Lake Bell? I don't know.
No, doesn't ring a bell.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Dumbbell.
At one time was a comic. Not anymore. Sean Hayes, actor, not a comic. Jason Bateman, not a comic. Patton Oswalt, used to be funny. Kathy Griffin, not really a good comic.
No.
John Hamm, an actor. Cicely Strong, don't know it. Nick Offerman, actor. Lisa Ann Walter, never heard of her. Chris Messina, never heard of him. Megan Mullally, actor. Adam Polly, don't know the name. Ike Barinholtz. If you notice, no actual comics.
Where's Bon Iver
showing up for comics for Kamala?
Opening act.
Amazing.
They put the commie in comic for Kamala. I know a couple of the names. They're pure Marxists.
Yeah.
Seething Marxists. Not funny.
Right.
All right, we'll wrap it up. Sports, a little more news. We get back right after this.
Glazer. Yep.
They couldn't get her.
No, they didn't get any real comics because they want to be able to go out in public and do shows.
Lisa Ann Walter was a seasoned veteran when I started 35 years ago.
Which means she doesn't tour much, probably.
She does not tour at all.
No.
Big D, this is going to be on against Trump interview with Elon. What does that mean? What's going to be on? We're not going to be on. Well, we may be on against it, but we're going to probably take it live on the show.
We're going to watch it.
We're going to watch it. You can watch it with us.
Yeah. Like Mystery Science Theater 3000. We're just going to sit there and watch it. And comment on it.
Will you be actually ready to comment on it on Monday? Or when
wow,
I come to
you're not going to let that go, are you?
I'm just wondering.
Dude, I was making sure Rick had the clip for the Olympic thing.
Oh, it's Ammirati's fault.
No, it's not his fault. I said I was trying to help him out. And I got distracted from my own duties.
Oh, that's okay.
You said duty.
I know, I said duty. I said it on purpose. Any chance to say the word duty?
Oh, yeah. I do my duty. I do my best.
I didn't see Joe Rogan on that list of comics.
Oh.
I didn't see Dave Chappelle on that list of comics.
Dave Chappelle.
I didn't see Kevin Downey Jr. on that list of comics.
No. Hey, when's your show coming up at Governors or whatever it is?
Oh, August 30th and 31st.
McGuire's. McGinnis.
When is August 30th and 31st?
Yes.
What night are we going to go, Slick?
I don't know.
What are those, Friday and Saturdays?
Yep.
Oh, man,
we can only go on a Saturday night, the 31st.
What's your set, like 40 minutes?
Yeah, 45 probably. Right in that zone.
Can we sit right in front?
Sure. and just stare.
And heckle. Don't laugh.
David will bring his big ass cowboy hat.
Can we sit
imagine the poor bastard that sits behind David.
If I sit in the back like this and heckle him, what do you think he'll know who it is?
Nah. Ow. He'd probably rip us apart if we walked in there. All these jackasses.
I walked in late once at Mohegan Sun to see Ron White.
It was over.
Listen, I had front row seats.
Oh.
That was a mistake.
Didn't the guy say, "Oh, nice"?
He said, "Hey, welcome, come on in." He's got his drink. He says, "Come on, welcome. Can I get you anything? Like a fucking watch?"
That's a good one.
Dead after that. All right, 13 to the hour live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Thursday night. Remember, tomorrow night we're off. Trump rally. All the great people at Real America's Voice will take you through the Trump rally tomorrow night. So make sure you lock it in. We'll be off. We'll be back on Monday with the big Elon Musk Donald Trump interview. We'll try to figure out what the deal is with that and whether we can take it live and watch it with you on Monday night or see what the deal is with that. So we'll be back Monday night. Let's do a little more sports news before we wrap it up. We'll start with sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the code to use if you're going to shop at MyPillow. Great savings, sometimes up to 60% off. Some great stuff from Lindell. Slickster, what's going on?
All right, one more sweep of the scoreboard for the night. Major League Baseball to the diamond we go. Angels pounding the Yankees in the Bronx, bottom of the 8th, 9-3. Rays over the Cards, 5-4, end of 8. Top of the first, no score. Tigers and Mariners. Kevin, there's hope. Phillies and Diamondbacks, no score, mid-first. Giants, 9-5 over the Nats earlier today. I told you the Brewers smoked the Braves, 16-7. Padres beat the Pirates, 7-6. Mets over the Rockies, 9-1. Pete Alonso, 2 home runs for the Mets. Cincinnati Reds with a 7-run 10th inning beats the Marlins 10-4 in a final. So unbelievable game there. And Orioles and Blue Jays coming up a little later. And we got to get to this one story. Do you know the Texas Rangers were in D.C. today, Big D? I don't know if you heard about that. Joe Biden welcomed them to the White House and, got a little confused. President Biden asks for direction during Rangers World Series celebration at White House. What am I doing? The Rangers visited the White House to celebrate the 2023 World Series victory.
Where am I? Who is these guys?
Yeah,
what do they play?
Chance Martin of Fox
Tennis?
News. There you go. President Biden hosted the reigning World Series champion Texas Rangers at the White House Thursday. The president shared a few jokes shortly after he entered the East Room of the White House. Biden even complained Rangers pitcher Nathan Eovaldi on his suit, saying, "Looking good, Nathan." Okay, complimented him. Complimented, excuse me. After Biden gave a few more remarks about the Rangers championship season, manager Bruce Bochy presented him with the customized jersey. Biden then held up the jersey and posed for a photo. Bochy also gave the president a pair of cowboy boots. What the hell is he going to do with those? Moments later, Biden asked, "All right, what am I doing now?" as the guests and players laughed. The president followed up with what appeared to be a joke by asking a military aide who approached him if they were trying to take one of his gifts he had just received. "Are you stealing my jersey?" he asked before cracking a smile and eventually handing off the personalized gift. After a couple of seconds of awkwardly standing on the stage, the president raised both hands as music played in the background. "Distinguished guests, please remain in your seats." As the president departs, the MC then announced. Biden left the stage and greeted two children seated in the first row, of course. The president then faced the Rangers players and gave them a military-style salute before turning back around and walking out of the room. The Rangers obviously defeated the Arizona Diamondbacks in 5 games last year to claim the franchise first World Series title.
You want to hear a little bit of what he's tried to say? A couple things today. Here's one moment. Let's see what he says here. I'm sure this is going to be clean.
Well, he's going to need another finger. Or else you got to put the 5th ring on his thumb. I mean, I don't know how you do that, man. You know?
Wait a minute.
Anyway. Well, he's going to need another finger. Or else you got to put the 5th ring on his thumb. I mean, I don't know how you do that, man. You know?
Yeah, you grow an extra thumb. You know, that's how you do it, Big D.
Did he say sitting on his thumb? What did he say? Yeah.
I don't know.
He is a disaster. He probably thought Texas Rangers, I love law enforcement.
Yeah, he probably said, "I used to watch that show years ago." Anyway, that's a wrap in sports. Big D.
My mind's going blank now.
Exactly. God, and he's so cooked. All right, very good. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the code to use. Let's do a little more news. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, and here with the news is Rick Delgado. What's going on, Delgado?
Well, speaking of cooked, let's go to the head of that ticket, shall we? And talk about Kamala.
Oh, yeah.
Or should we say talk about her supporters, because they are really into Kamala Harris, what she's done, her policies. You can listen for yourself. Cut number 3. Here they are talking about and extolling the virtues of Kamala and her policies.
So what do you think of her? Is she doing a good job in office?
Yeah, I think so. I really like her.
Great representation.
I feel like definitely it's amazing to have a woman vice president.
Pretty solid job.
I really do agree with a lot of the policies she's been putting out, and I think she's a great vice president.
What policies specifically do you agree with?
Exactly.
Can you tell me
These
some?
are the people
Can you tell me? I don't know what her policies are.
Why we're doomed.
Can you name any specific accomplishments that you're super proud of?
Off the top of my head, I can't think of many of them.
I can't really, to be totally honest. What I really like is that she does kind of give the nation a positive face, being the first woman president.
No, not any specific ones particularly, no.
So then what do you like about her?
Just I think she's doing a good job.
What specifically do you like about her?
Oh, God.
Yeah, not much there.
Why are there so many people wearing masks?
Well, there you have it.
Sometimes I think maybe it's us. Maybe it's us.
The typical Kamala supporter, basically no idea what she does,
No, I love
or
her
what
policies.
she's done,
Yeah.
or anything that she's actually accomplished, which is basically nothing. So when they're sitting there saying, "I don't know anything she's done," they're right, because she hasn't done anything for you to speak of. Here she is herself, the one and only Kamala Harris, or is it Kamala? I forget. Anyhow, cut number 8. Here she is talking to the UAW workers about hard work, and because that's important, because she's very much into hard work.
Oh, yeah, she is.
You know, the one thing about all of us is we like hard work. Hard work is good work. Hard work is good work.
There's that accent.
The thing that we like about hard work is we have fun doing hard work. Thank you to the sisters and brothers of UAW for all you are and all we will do over these next 89 days. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. We're gonna get this done.
I mean,
25 people working on it.
the UAW. This guy Sean Fain is a real piece of work. He gets out there. Number one, he just talks like he's drunk at the bar all the time with his buddies, just effing this and swearing up a storm and just. There's no way the UAW membership thinks that she's good for them. There's just you'll never convince me of that.
No, it's just the people in charge who control the money who siphon it back to the Democrats. Everybody else that actually pays into the union workers, they actually support Trump.
I actually have a little inside baseball here. Well, I'm from Detroit, so safe to assume I know people very well working for the auto company, and no one wants Kamala because they're afraid she's going to push electric vehicles, and that will be the death of Detroit. Yeah. And Detroit's been dying a long, slow, painful death for a while now. That's going to do it. So there are some people going, hey, like women going, oh, cool, a chick. And but anyone who wants to keep their job knows she is all about the EVs, and they're not going to be able to feed their kids.
Yeah. And speaking of the EVs, here's a trip down memory lane for today's Moron Moment with Kamala. This is cut number 6, showing you how to properly fuel up an EV.
And there's no sound or fume.
There is nothing.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's all there is.
For all of us who are used to filling our tank, you usually can smell it and you can hear it. You can hear the guzzling sound.
Right.
None of that.
She's
heard that how do I know it's actually working?
It is.
Holding it attached to the car like she needs to, like it's a gas, like she's pumping in gas. Like this is the way you pump electric. Amazing. But that's Democratic Party. That is that is what has been chosen for you, Democrats. You didn't get to vote for that. That was chosen for you. You have no choice. That's what we call democracy.
As always, we salute our military, active and active, police, firefighters, first responders, all emergency personnel, all our truckers, all our farmers, everybody that keeps the country moving. Slick Rick Delgado, Kevin Downey Jr., Aaron Frank, great job as always. Most of all, thank you, the Live from Studio 6B audience. Remember, no show tomorrow night, no Pizza Friday, no Hat Friday. We are off. Lock it in, though, for Real America's Voice. Trump coverage, Trump rally. They'll take you A to Z tomorrow night, the great team at Real America's Voice, so make sure you lock it in. We will see you on Monday, 8 p.m., right here live from Studio 6B. We'll see you then. Have a great weekend, everybody.